And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. Award season is officially underway with the Golden Globe Award nominations announced today. Joining us here in the studio to talk about it tonight, the picks that people are talking about, director Shawn and CEO of Regal Media, Todd Smith. So first of all, guys, let's talk about motion picture. We have The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nickel Boys, and September 5th. And the only one I've seen is Dune Part 2.
I knew it.
But Conclave is right there in the queue. I want to see that. But your thoughts, Shawn, about seeing these movies?
Well, I go see a movie every week. And strange enough, I look at this list, I'm going to be honest, I've seen maybe 20% of them. I did see Dune, and I thought the cinematography was fantastic. But I'm going to go ahead and levy over the best picture to you because we talked about this.
Yeah, it's between two for me. Dune 2 wouldn't be in it. But
yeah.
I look at A Complete Unknown, which I saw last week. I can't talk too much about it because the embargo doesn't lift until maybe a couple of minutes after I leave this show. But in Conclave was such a well-done movie, and it speaks to some of the controversies in the church right now. It's centered on the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
A pope died. They're trying to bring in another pope. Some prospects have skeletons in their closet. Some are too conservative, some are too liberal. So that's some of the topics that are going on in today's church. Are we too conservative? Are we too liberal with a changing world? And the person that they choose will blow people's socks off, but it will be somebody that the church could use as an emblem of empathy and support and inclusion. I'll just say that without telling the movie. A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie. I know we probably get to best actor in a minute, but Timothée Chalamet became Bob Dylan. If you ever remember watching Ray, and you saw Jamie Foxx, but you thought you were watching Ray Charles, you were no longer watching Jamie Foxx portray a singer. That's what Timothée Chalamet did in this movie. So for that reason, I can see it winning Best Picture.
All right, let's take a look at Best Picture, musical or comedy. And we have Neon Challengers. Well, okay, this is...
Challengers is from Amazon, MGM Studios, but Challengers...
So these have to be actors. Are these actors?
Right.
Yeah, these are the actors in these movies.
Well, Emily Perez, that's a movie, and A Real Pain is a movie, but Challengers was a great movie. That's a movie with Zendaya. It's kind of like a love triangle, threesome type movie, and you would think that it would be just a tawdry type of film. It has some sex appeal, but it is very surprisingly well done. It's very, it's not predictable. Zendaya will get some votes for her category as Best Actress, but Challengers might be my favorite in that category.
And of course, we have Wicked in that category, which is the box office success.
Yes.
And one of the things that we have seen this year, many of the movies that have been released, they haven't really made a lot of money.
No, they haven't.
Wicked has,
right.
Yeah. Gladiator 2, it was so expensive. It cost $300 million to make Gladiator 2, and it's made $300 million internationally.
Yes.
But you need to make, what, 3 times that in order to be considered a success. But many people haven't seen a lot of movies in theaters.
They haven't. And, I go back to our last conversation when we watched and talked about Godzilla -1. I think it was like 10 million and made, 300-400 million. And these kind of things are a freak of nature, really. But let me talk about Gladiator for a second, because I wanted to touch base on the fact that I had 2 films I saw, Gladiator and Substance. And Substance started off with a lot of energy, excitement, and interest. And Gladiator was very slow the first half. But then Denzel really kicked it in and made that movie worth watching. Not quite as good as the first Gladiator, but definitely a very valid movie because of his acting. And I thought The Substance was great. Demi Moore was fantastic. But at the end, it was like a blood fest. I didn't know what was going on at the end. and they put it in comedy and musical. That was a bizarre horror film.
That's Ridley Scott for you.
Well, yeah, that's true.
The fact that it started off so slow and everybody's saying that, I think that might hurt Denzel, even though people are giving him rave reviews for his portrayal. That might hurt him for Best Supporting Actor, because people have dogged the movie so much, I can't see him overcoming that and winning. Even though Denzel is my favorite actor, so I always think he deserves it, but I don't think he'll get it this time.
All right, best performance by a female actor in a motion picture: Pamela Anderson, The Last Showgirl; Angelina Jolie, Maria; Nicole Kidman, Baby Girl; Tilda Swinton, In the Room Next Door; and Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. And I've been hearing a lot about Pamela Anderson, you know, showing her age.
Yeah. My favorite, we talked about this beforehand, my favorite is Angelina Jolie and Maria. This is her best performance. It's just, you can always, it's about a opera singer, Maria Callas, who was at the end of her line and she hadn't given up on her dreams of still singing opera. And we all know of entertainers who maybe stay too long in the arena and they go out on a bad note. We just, see athletes hang on too long, and just that pain of watching the end of life and a person coming to the reality that their time is over. That resonates with me. People know some of my personal affairs, but that really resonated with me. So she is my favorite in that category.
Well, speaking of hanging on, like Pamela Anderson, part of what we want and love today is deconstruction of an icon. Pamela Anderson was this beauty, kind of, well, maybe a bubble beauty, but we see her falling apart and other people fall apart, and we love that. We watch movies like The Wrestler and a lot of these films that and to me that's authentic, and there's nothing more exciting to see honesty.
All right, we want to thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.